Okay guys, back for another cast on the druid. Last time I did a couple of quests in Searing Gorge and Burning Steps, and now I'm actually home. And by home meaning I'm sitting here in the Elder Rise in Thunder Bluff, in the sort of druid section. There's a lot of druid trainers and the archdruid here as well. And the reason why I'm here, sure it's cozy and all by the fire, but I had two quests that I wanted to hand in. It's both of them are sort of go talk to quests, and the first one I picked up, the one I'm about to hand in here, this one, the New Frontier. I picked it up in Undercity, I think. It's simply go talk to quest, nothing else really. I'm just gonna hand it in. He gives a follow-up where I have to talk to a guy called Rabine, Saturna, and
be careful.
It's pretty fortunate because I have a I have this druid portal, so I'm actually gonna go there. The other quest I had, and to be honest, I can't remember if I picked this one up in Undercity or the one I just handed in, but one of them I picked up in Undercity, and just from some guy that's, you know, walking around. I go talk to this guy quest. And the other quest I picked up in Thunder Bluff itself. But yeah, back to business. All of these quests are sort of, for now, are sort of yeah, it's pure logistics really. It's go talk to this and go talk to that, and in the end they will usually either sort of, when you're lower level, they will show you that, look, you could quest over here, this is sort of adequate area for you, stuff like that. And at a higher level here, this is I think this is part of a quest that will lead to higher end dungeons. I'm just gonna pick up Wasteland, the 55 that he has. He does apparently have another one, but I don't think I'm sort of eligible for that one yet. So I set up my Hearthstone. I knew that this would sort of be the path for now. So I set up my Hearthstone for Camp Mojache or Mojache. I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced. Let's just call it Mojache. So at Camp Mojache, I can hand in the quest called Camp Mojache, and it's definitely a quest for that will lead to the dungeon of Diamol, which is a sort of higher end 60 dungeon. Probably not the highest, but close to. And by highest, I mean sort of difficulty level and drop rate. Yeah, and the items that can drop from it. I think Diamol has, I don't quite recall, it's been more than 10 years since I was there, but I think it has 3 or 4 wings or something like that, just like Scarlet Monastery has several wings, for instance. So handing in Camp Mojache, and I get a 57 elite, let's see, blah blah, Diamol, yeah. So I'm gonna leave it for now. I have no plans of going to Diamol in the near future. I'd love to do the dungeon at some point, but you know, you gotta get a group for it and all, and you gotta be geared for it. So yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Wasteland. Yeah, okay. So what I'm doing now is that I have a couple of quests in Goro Crater, and there's gonna be a little flight time now in order sort of to get all of these quests combined. The quest I have here, Wasteland, is done in, I think it's the early part of Silithus. I'm just gonna check it out. Yeah. So just when you have Ungoro Crater here, where I'm going now, and just sort of next to Ungoro Crater, there's a graveyard when you enter the zone of Silithus. And maybe I should go there today. I'm just gonna check out how it goes, the other quests, because I do have a couple of quests in Ungoro Crater that I'd like to do first. So I'll see how far I get, but I'm definitely gonna sort of talk to this guy eventually, and he will probably lead me somewhere else. So, and yeah, it's about time that, you know, maybe I got the fly point here in Silithus. It's in the center of the map, by the way. The sort of main quest hub for both Horde and Alliance is in the center of the map. It's sort of, you could say, a combined city, just like, say, yeah, Booty Bay in Strangleton Vale. Same sort of idea that, you know, there's There's no fighting inside the city, or you will get engaged by the guards there. So, yeah. So, slowly but surely, I'm sort of hacking away at the quests that are level 55. No, sorry, below 55. I'm doing a few of the 55s that doesn't reward much experience, but I'm trying to do as many of the below level 55 quests as I can that rewards any reputation, but it's sort of, their numbers are thinning out now. These are some of the few that I have left. I even have a level 52 quest here. It's a secret to everybody. And this quest, along with the Apes of Goro Crater and Volcanic Activity and the Bait for La Korwi, is quests that I picked up in previous tours, sort of past Goro Crater. One exception though is this one, Volcanic Activity. It was picked up in Ratchet, of all places, by... oh, sorry, that was Orgrimmar. We're talking the Barrens. Ratchet here, the Goblin City of Ratchet. There's been a little ping pong between Goro quests and a quest giver here in Ratchet. So, and I think it's kind of cool that, you know, even though you're sort of done in an area, there can be go talk to an NPC or stuff like that still. So, enough about my ramblings. The plan now is to engage in... Yeah, you know what? I might even do this quest Wasteland first, and then sort of get the fly point for Silithus, and after that I can fly back to Goro Crater yet again. It's right next to, and then sort of engage in some of these quests. I got an idea that I might gonna be hiding the Apes of Goro. I think I will, and do that in a separate episode, because the Apes of Goro combined with an escort quest that is sort of done together with this. If you're doing it a little bit smart, I'm just going to show you the Goro map. So, about the Apes of Goro, it's a quest that's picked up when you come from... I'm just going to... when you come from Tanaris, where I am now, if you haven't got the fly point yet in Goro Crater, you'll come from Gadgetstan probably, and then you can head down this path here. And I'm just going to click on Goro Crater. And then you will sort of, you can go right over here. Usually I follow the mountain ridge here because it's a bit easier keeping an eye on these devil saws that I'm a little scared about. It's 55 to 60 elites that are very silent and very fast, so they could be quite deadly if they sort of jump on you and you're unprepared. Anyway, the quest giver with the Apes of Goro, I picked it up down here somewhere in the sort of... just when you enter the zone from Tanaris. And the quest is done up here. There is an escort quest given from some female dwarf up here that it will give it to both factions. And it's done sort of in the same area, so usually I combine these two quests. But as it has all the usual sort of red flags, you could say. It's inside a cave, there's fast respawns, you have a dummy you have to escort that will probably bring you more aggro than you feel like. The apes in there, they are pretty nasty because some of them will sort of yell for backup, etc. So it has all the usual you're gonna get screwed red flags. So it might be just to help other players out that might want to do these quests to see how they can be done, hopefully, and hopefully I'm not gonna screw it up. So, first things first, Wasteland here. Yeah. And the fly point for Silithus. Edua, for some reason it sounds very Alliance-like name to me. Let's just see what the guild has to say about it. Maybe I'm wrong. But, you know, people have a tendency to just write rats. I don't know if it's I don't know the guy, but I don't know if it's Horde of Alliance guy, but I'll probably figure it out soon, or maybe someone will write that it's an Alliance player. And yeah, sure, grats to an Alliance player, but yeah, whatever. I usually write rats if it's one of the Hordes here from the guild, of course. But I don't really know any of the Alliance players, and it's not quite true because I've started a Warlock, and I'm in my 30s, just that, you know, chilling gameplay sort of, and I met actually a guy that was usually playing Alliance, and asked him if he wanted to do an elite quest in Thousand Needles with me today, and he wanted to. He was a Swede, by the way, and he said that he didn't know the quest really because it was so long since he has played Horde. And then he actually had quite a few Alliance players on the servers. Unfortunately, I think most of them died at fairly high level. He had lost a 54 Paladin and 52 Hunter, stuff like that. So died from pretty much rather typical reasons. I think he died on 54 Pally was inside a cave, talking about caves with the monkeys and stuff down here, but it was a cave in Fellwood, and he was like 0.01 second too slow about a heal, and then he died inside the cave. And his hunter died from falling damage, stuff like that, and you know, it's seen before. I've been fortunate enough myself not to die from falling damage yet. Anyway, the guy we want to talk to is this guy. Let's see.
Greetings.
What he has to say.
Go in peace. May the stars guide you.
Okay, so he has another level 55.
Farewell.
I'm gonna pick it up, but probably not engage in it right now. I have other plans, and I think I've actually gotten the fly point already because I can't see it. And as you can see, I've explored this area, so I've been here before. I just forgot about it. But yeah, it rewarded me 50 Scenario and Circle reputation, and it's kind of cool. It's the faction I definitely want to grind later on. So instead of flying from Silithus to back to Ungoro Crater, I'm just gonna head back here and engage in some of these quests as they come along, while I'm still having sort of eyes in the back of my head. So I think the volcanic activity thing can be combined with the quest down here from Mr. Crackle. So I think I'm going to initially start by picking up that quest without getting too much attention of the local fauna. Yeah, that's the plan. Just checking my recording. And I know I've seen him before. King Mosh is a rare 60 elite devil saw that roams this very area here, actually. He's right there, I think, talking about the devil. So as you can see, 2 seconds of being, you know, away from keyboard, stuff like that, that could get you killed. I'm not sure I would have survived that encounter. I'd love to go this way, but yeah, it's pretty scary when he's just gonna mark him. Damn. I'm really glad that I knew this was there, because I probably would have, sorry to my language, but shit my pants if I didn't know. I would have really gotten a shock, that's for sure. Let's see. Okay. So this is a bit what I feared, because the local fauna, sort of the smaller mobs, they could daze me, meaning slow me. And imagine being slowed and then Mr. Big Boy here comes close and you get aggro from him on top. That'd be a really bad way to go. And a poor Mr. Short living here, a player, he got slayed by a scalding elemental in the Dark Cloud Pinnacle. It's in Thousand Needles. It's water elementals, and you have to do some kind of quest under the water. It's easy to get a lot of additional aggro there, and they will sort of slow you. Not to mention that you have to think about your breath and stuff. Meanwhile, so it's a bit of a stressing quest, especially as Frost Mage, by the way, because the water elementals are immune to frost damage. But yeah, there's no reason to do these quests in any particular order, because some of them might reward some Steam Weedle Cartel reputation, but I don't care that much about it.
Keep it real.
So I got some kind of thermo. I'm just gonna sort of go into safety here. And that means in the water. To my knowledge, there are no sort of water sour sores here that could eat me alive, just like King Mosh. I'm just gonna put this quest thingy in my sort of action bar. But yeah, as you can see about King Mosh, you know, patience and knowledge is power, especially in hardcore. I mean, had I not known about King Mosh, I would probably have sort of ridden right. English is a tough one. I would probably have rode right into him. And I don't think I would have survived it, to be honest. I might pull it off and if I could root him, then that would probably have been my chance. But you know, if you have a 60 elite that starts chewing in you and taking like half your life per chew, then all of a sudden maybe, things are not so fun anymore. And as I know that these sort of raptor guys, they can be all over here, I'm not gonna go for sort of mid-tier flowers. That would be pretty suicidal. So this is another big boy. It's a rare elite that spawns, to my knowledge, Baron Char, and he has some of his buddies with him, and that's quite fine. Except that I actually wanted to go there. Okay, so these guys can have a chance to drop this sort of volcanic ash. And I think I'm just gonna do this guy in unbuff, because I know for a fact that these guys in this sort of area where with the volcano here, there won't be other. I mean, the Devil Saw raptors, they don't come inside here. I know that for a fact because I have my 60 priest has been grinding a few of these fire guys because I needed some. I needed something that they could drop. I think it was some kind of elemental fire or some stuff like that in order to craft an item. Anyway, the quest that I just picked up from Crackle here, these sort of odd-looking structures, there are a few places in this neighborhood, and they are the ones where I'm supposed to take the temperature. And I got a nice 40 degrees of crankle height, and yeah, that's just great. So eventually the thermometer will say that this is the crazy place where it's the hottest. Okay, so it seems like any of these guys can sort of drop these Goro ash that I need for, what was it, Liu something in live rattle fix in Ratchet. Or maybe I'm just lucky and got 2 out of 2. So as you can see, the rare guy that just came by, the Baron Char, he yelled something, "Where are the heroes of the world?" stuff. So he's sort of announcing his own, you could say that he's here. So people can come and I guess get a group, or some well-geared 60 can probably get him alone. I don't know. Maybe they have sort of implemented this Baron Char guy due to the reason that people need a lot of elemental fire, and then when he's here, as you can see, then sort of there's a lot of all of these are sort of additional spawns. Then, okay, from 40 degrees crankle height to 90 to 80 degrees. That was quite the difference. So I'm just gonna buff up a little bit here. So about the danger in the zone that I'm in, the place I'm right now. Like I said, just around the volcano here, there are no devil saws, so they are my main concern. Even this Baron Char guy, it's not that I have sort of tried to engage him before, but I think I should be able without too much trouble to get away from him. Unless he has some sort of way that he can. Let's see if we can get up here. That he can sort of crowd control you. I don't think. Well, he may have that. I don't know. I'm definitely not gonna. I'm gonna try and avoid him, of course. Junk. The core of elements, I think they're part of a quest where you can sort of you can hand in a lot of these, maybe like 40 or something like that, at a repeatable quest. I think that's what they're for. For Argent Dawn, the main faction in, or maybe the only. It's not the main. There are Horde and Alliance factions as well, but the main sort of faction that you want to be on a good standing with in Eastern and Western Plaguelands in the neighboring continent up here. Their main base is up here, I think. It's called Light's Hope Chapel, I think. Very nice. Crit. My new gear is working very well. Oh. I thought that maybe I had a quest here that I could do. And I probably did. I just forgot to pick it up. I can't it's an escort quest where you have to escort some goblin. Yeah, he's up here. I should have picked up the quest up there, but yeah. That was a mistake. Nothing that can't be sort of undone though. So let's see if we can get this mountain silver thingy here. But what I could do is sort of finish the other quests here in the area, so I'm not distracted by them. And as you can see, there's one of these sort of thermo thingies up here. Got an idea that I should probably try and get to the top of the volcano in order to get the place where it's hottest, but I might be wrong. That it's just completely random by these sort of thermo statues or whatever they are. But I'm on the path now to get to the top. I'm on my way to the top. Just like I'm on my way to 60, getting closer and closer. Yeah, set any level 1 that started on hardcore, of course. But anyway, there's one of the things up there as well. Yeah, bingo. Okay. So I did, like I said, I did this quest previously with my priest. I don't recall if I said it was this quest exactly, but I actually did this quest with my priest, and it happens to be the exact same one of these sort of statues that was the hottest one. If it's coincidence, probably not. That it's the exact same. 428,000 degrees crankle height, and it is pretty hot up here. I'm just gonna kill this guy and then show you. In order that I don't have to pick up his loot down in this this volcanic stuff here, I'm just gonna pull him away from it. By the way, and if you have doubts if mobs like this can sort of knock you back, then it's always bad reasons. It's not a. It's it's a bad idea to be standing like this and fighting a mob there that can sort of knock you back, especially if you're low on health. But that's another idea. So I'm just gonna show you. Let's see how much it ticks for. 600. Damn, that's pretty painful. He even felt like stunned. I felt like I couldn't move right away. But yeah, you don't want to be stuck down there for long with ticks of 600. That's for sure. Yeah. So what to do first? I think I'm gonna go get the quest where I have to escort. By the way, this you don't take any sort of, not that I know of. The damage I took was falling damage. In this sort of lava, you don't take any damage. It's only, I think, on top where you take these sort of really huge fire damage. So what I'm gonna do now is head back to sort of the main quest hub and pick up the quest that I missed out on. Yeah, and I feel like poking up there because there are 2 quests, but it's really stupid doing that, or risky rather. Yeah, both. When there are these, when King Mosh and his buddies are walking around here, you should keep your eyes open at all times here in Goro Crater, unless you can handle a devil saw like that. I think last time I was here, I saw a 60 Alliance Rogue that was killing these mobs and skinning them solo. But I don't think it wasn't the King Mosh. It was sort of the lower levels, the 55 elites. But she looked well geared, so yeah, it's probably not all 60s that can do that. And not all classes either. Yeah, okay, so there are 2 quests left. The one is the yeah, it's actually an escort quest inside with the apes in the cave. I'm gonna wait those quests. I'll probably take them next in the next episode, because otherwise this video is gonna be a bit too long as well, I think. And there we go.
Yeah,
So Lost is here.
Keep it real.
Find Ringo. Oh, and there's another 55 here as well, by the way. I got it from the wanted sign there. I think I'm gonna do Ringo right away. Reminds me of some kind of western. I'm not quite sure. Doc Holliday or something like that. Tombstone, yeah. I think there's some badass gunman that's called Ringo, but I don't. And Blizzard or the developers did a lot of these sort of references to all kinds of stuff. Games and movies and actors and whatnot. And I don't know, Ringo could be part of that, but it could also not. So And by the thermometer, I'm just going to remove it. What I do normally when I have a quest where I have to sort of interact with an item, I put it in to the right here so I know where it is. And don't think I'm going to pass this guy. I'm just going to do it. So I have to keep an eye out on Baron Char. That was the semi-rare elite. He's more up here than not when I'm here in the neighborhood, but I've seen him gone a couple of times as well. I mean, where someone had killed him, so there's some kind of respawn timer on him. And I got an elemental fire that will be useful as well for various recipes. Okay, Ringo, I'm coming to the rescue. I'm not quite sure I need all these guys, to be honest. Yeah, as you can see, Questy had made a mark where Ringo is, but it also made a sort of an arrow down, meaning that Ringo is at least one level below from where I am now. And there are two good reasons to be in cat form at the moment. One is if I take reduced falling damage. As you can see, I took no damage from a fall like that. That would usually cost some kind of falling damage normally, but not today, or not in cat form anyway. And the other reason was that, yeah, there's no reason to kill all these guys. I don't have to grind them right now. I might have later in order for getting, I think it's called elemental fire. There are various fire. There are sort of various fires that can drop from these kind of elementals. These are some of the highest levels, or they are in that category anyway. Of course, there will be some kind of 60 elites version of these guys as well in a dungeon or something like that. But I think these can drop all the kinds of fires you need for various crafting materials. And I think this is sort of a mid-tier stuff. I think it's used for, alchemy it says, but I think it's used for tailoring, maybe even enchanting too, maybe even blacksmithing. I don't quite recall, but I have been grinding them earlier on some of my characters for, I don't know, I can't recall the recipe really. And as you can see with when you're fighting these ranged guys, they are a little painful. Especially they come sort of in flock. So I'm glad I got a sort of buffed my hit points a little more with the items that I equipped last time. These lovely pants and my staff and my headpiece as well. So I got, well, it's 200 hit points extra, but that's still 1 to 2 attacks from a guy like this. Before it's really felt. Anyway, let's talk to Ringo. And Ringo is good to go. I'm just gonna mark him. It's just a bit easier. I always do that on escorts, and I prefer marking the tank as well when I'm doing stuff in a dungeon, for instance. Especially the tank. Anyway, the quest is about that Ringo is a little tired and stuff. Let's see if we can get this way. I think I'm actually just going to be a bit of a dick and then just mount. And poor Ringo will have to run. But the cantina is because Ringo is a bit dizzy. I don't know if it's due to the heat or something like that. And then from now on then he will sort of pass out. And then you have to use this sort of cantina to get him going again. I think there's some kind of... he will start out some kind of monologue here if he's about to faint. Oh, I think he actually did there. So, before Baron Shah is coming back, I'm just gonna revive Ringo or throw some cold water in his face. Come on, Ringo. Let's go home. It's not like he's running faster due to me being mounted. And you have to, typically with these escort quests, you have to... I think he just passed out again, yeah. And there's a cooldown on this cantina as well. But again, as you can see here, you get some kind of monologue when he's passing out. There we go. So yeah, I'm just scouting 360 degrees for Mr. King Mosh or whatever local fauna I don't want to be too close to. Further, I try to have good sort of line of sight. So you know, you could, if you come around a tree like this, there could be a big boy standing. If you're unlucky, in his patrol route just around the corner. And I'd like to avoid that. So this other player, he was whispering me if I was looking for thorium, which I wasn't. That'd be quite the sight to see a druid that was actually a miner, but yeah, sure, why not? I don't know, for me it's just come much more natural for a druid to be a herbalist. And there's one other reason to it. It's sort of, I wouldn't say it's being pushed maybe a little bit from the developers, that when you're a druid you will most sort of naturally become a herbalist and often an alchemist. These two things sort of goes together, just like say a miner and a blacksmith. Oh, and there's a timer on this quest, by the way, as well. I just noticed now. So, but it's like, I think it's like 30 minutes probably, maybe 25. I didn't see what it was initially, but it was just, I think it was 25 minutes. So with him passing out twice so far, it's no problem. Is this the third time? I think so. Yeah. So you're gonna get some water in the face again, Ringo. There we go. So 3 drops, no problem. I don't think he'll drop again before we reach home. Which was up here somewhere, I think. Just gonna dodge these small, pesky... Let's see if they attack Ringo. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so it was up here by the same chick that sort of gave the quest. And Ringo has now been saved. Okay. There's some sort of monologue and I can't sort of click the quest before it's over. And he just passed out again. I don't know if I'm supposed to... Oh. Okay, there we go. So you had to sort of get the conversation before you could hand in the quest. Yeah, okay, decent tank leggings if you're sort of self-found or something like that, which I am not. So I'm just gonna take the helmet there, 1 gold 40. Sure, I can take that. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at it for fun. Yeah, so next up. Okay, the canteen, I don't doubt I need it. It's one of those quest items I think that stays in your inventory after the quest is completed. So what I'm going to do now is go and hand in Krangle's thermo thingy. And hopefully I'm not gonna get in any close encounters with King Mosh. But I think on my way there... Oh, actually thought that this was one of the guys I needed, but it's not. It's one of these guys. So, while having eyes in the back of my head, I'm just gonna kill some of these Pterrordax thingies here. So, one thing I should probably do if I don't panic, if I run into King Mosh unprepared, is actually use this spell, Nature's Grasp, for... let's see how long it lasts. 45 seconds, but what it will do, it will sort of it will auto entangle root. It has a chance to sort of auto entangle root a mob that hit you. Should have tested it here, now I casted it, I forgot about that. But that would be the sort of optimal defense for me in order to get away from, say, a mob like King Mosh, that he sort of is doing self-inflicted... a self-inflicted root, you could say, due to him hitting me, and with 35% chance, it should be statistically a maximum of 3 hits he should give me before he should be entangled. When he is entangled, then I should be able to run away no problem, say in travel form or whatever. And the mobs being 6 levels lower than me, naturally I should be able to handle more than one at a time, but I'm not taking any chances here. I don't want to be dazed, slowed, if I run into King Mosh. Due to multiple mobs, hacking at me. So, I think I saw a few more over here. Guess I didn't. So instant breaking. I think they have a high nature resist when that happens. Even though, yeah, that's usually why I don't use Moonfire when I want to entangle something. Because it will naturally break the root spell faster. And it's more like, you know, if the root spell has to be broken, it has to take some kind of damage. And that's sort of easier to calculate or having in control when you're just using the Wrath spell. Downside being, of course, that you're not giving as much damage as you could potentially do. And it's no problem, of course, with these sort of lower level mobs compared to myself at the moment. But it could be an issue later if I want to grind, say, level 60 mobs or 60 elites, if I even get that, able to do that at some point. But yeah, sure, why not? I mean, if I can root them, I have a chance to do so. I'm almost like anything that can be rooted can be killed. I don't want to feel like trying out for King Mosh though. Not at the moment anyway. And everything that can be cast a spell on can sort of it can be resisted. So it would be fun trying to kite King Mosh. I mean, killing him from a distance, and then if your spells are he's resisting them, that would kind of suck. So there was a lovely dream foil over here, and probably one behind me as well. That's just sungrass. Thought it was this, but it wasn't. There we go. Slight sort of blue here that sort of gave it away. Well camouflaged. I don't even know what kind of high-end potion or elixir Dreamfoil are for, but I know they're worth a bit. And when they sort of happen to be right in front of my face, I might as well take them. Decent gloves, by the way, for a hunter. I have no idea what kind of item level 47 hunter is running around with at the moment, but I think they're quite nice. Nice stats. That's another thing. I'm not definitely no. I'm a hunter noob. Never really played much hunter, but there is a reason why almost all the bots are hunters. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't die on a hunter. Of course you can, but as a hardcore character, it's definitely much easier when you have a pet that's sort of taking the beating, and you have a spell like, say, Feign Death, where you actually have a chance to dump aggro from a mob as well. I mean, compared to, say, being a warrior. I think warrior has been... I got a level 57 warrior as well. I think warrior has been the hardest class to level. To me, it feels like, you know, if you engage and if it's a bad fight, then you're screwed. It's really hard to get away. So you have to sort of rely on your damage and your defensive capabilities. All classes have to do that, of course, but warrior especially. I mean, you rely a lot on your armor and stuff, but sometimes if you get whipped and stuff like that, that's how I lost two of my... It's my third warrior. I lost two previous warriors due to being whipped and swarmed, as I call it. So I'm sort of locked in place due to being whipped from some kind of mob. Okay, never mind that. I'm supposedly standing right on top of a flower and I cannot see it. It's right there. So let's see two more of these frenzied banditos. And as I had to hand in I wanted to hand in the thermometer as well. I might as well work my way in that direction. About getting to the two last mobs. One, actually two right in front of me now. And one to go. So I got 10 more of these Pterrordax thingies that are supposed to kill, and the first 15, so it's 10 of 10 of one kind and 15 of another kind. They look pretty much the same. They just have a different name and probably have slightly different abilities and hit points and stuff.
Glad I could help.
Okay, so supposedly this quest continues in Winter Spring. It's quite fine. I'll go there eventually. Not in this episode though. I'm gonna try to find these other Pterrordax guys, and you can see they're down here, and like some of them up here as well. They're somewhat safer to grind because there cannot be any of the, well, there could probably, but there aren't any of the Devil Saw elite guys up there. And let's see if anyone's home up here. Oh, okay, so these guys can fear. I'd rather that these guys fear than sort of being feared by the other ones. That'd be really nasty to be feared to, yeah, in the jaws of King Mosh. But with my Moonfire here, usually I wait, you know, until the mob is up close and personal. This way I don't lose cast time, you could say, on the Wrath spell. I'll just show you. So what I'll do is typically against sort of a standard mob like this, I'll use 1 or 2 Wrath, depending on the distance. Then close with an Entangling Roots. And then keep using Wrath again. When the root break and I can sort of calculate, it won't happen here. The mob's just gonna die. But had the mob sort of broken the Entangling Roots and was heading my way, and I could sort of calculate that, okay, it's gonna get up to me and take a bite, then I would use the Moonfire when the mob... Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. When the mob comes up in personal like here, then use the Moonfire. If needed, reroute. Now, yeah, it kind of screwed up a bit now because I was about to open. This Windows is so annoying. I mean, yeah, if you accidentally click a button that you didn't want to, then it starts opening whatever programs. Yeah, I should probably, you know, look into what are the hotkeys for all these annoying, opening other programs that you don't want while you're playing hardcore. But yeah, I haven't done so yet. But I'm just gonna show you again. But usually I'm going Wrath, and then Root. And if the mob breaks the root spell and is almost very close to me, I'm just gonna try again here. It's a little hard because I can't see the mob. I'm gonna go 2 times Wrath, it's sort of standard thingy. Root and then make a little distance and try again. If I sort of break instant, I can see the mob will get up to me like here. I'm just gonna finish with a Moonfire. And then maybe club it with a... for a little extra damage to save a bit of mana. There's no need to, you know, use the Wrath spell if the mob has like 50 hit points left or something like that. And I sort of forgot to look out for my mana here. So there's not going to be any use right now. I prefer not to use my Innervate unless I'm in big trouble. So I'm just going to club him here. Yeah, and about the windows, yeah, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but I tend to, the worst, actually, I don't know what kind of hotkeys it is, but there's 2 or 3 buttons. If you push those at the same time, then it will sort of open an additional desktop. So you'll just get this move, sort of this, not this move, but this picture. Well, you get your game sort of removed, and then you'll just have a new desktop, and you can stare at your desktop. So this way, at least I know. I found that out after a while, because in the beginning I had no idea what it was doing, the computer. So I was sort of panicking and shutting down the game and then restarting it. But had it been in the wrong engagement, I would have been dead. So it was a good thing eventually finding out about that. So Windows is not necessarily your friend when you're playing hardcore. I don't feel like that way anyway. But there might be some kind of button if you, I guess, use a couple of hours on the internet and find out about the hotkeys for this version of Windows. But yeah, I just can't seem to get the strength to do that. Problem here is that someone else grinded these mobs apparently. Well, there's one left. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't spawn, maybe they just don't spawn that many. As Questy sort of was, putting me up to that there would be. And yeah, this guy gets the stick. So, let's try again for the 100th time. So, I'd say 1 Wrath because the mob is pretty close. And Root, make some distance, more distance. And 2 or 3 Wrath typically before, this one broke before. But so I had time to reroute here. This is more like due to an example, but had this been, say, a level 60 elite, then you could do this sort of not indefinitely, because eventually the mob will be immune to root spells, but you can get the mob really sort of low on hit points before you have to engage in any kind of melee fight out. So it looked like there were 4 up here, but there only was 2. Maybe someone killed the mobs and they haven't respawned yet. Maybe something else. So I'm gonna go pick up the sungrass, and there was another quest that I could do meanwhile. Just gotta find the flower here. Why? Oh, I'm standing right on top of it. And the place where I'm sitting right now is also sort of Devil's or Raptor free. So what I could do while I'm waiting for the last 2 respawns is using the contents of this stuff here. It's a quest that I picked up with the same guy, sort of down in the entrance here, close to this quest as well, by the way. There's some kind of let's see. Just gonna go stealth for safety while I'm checking this out. Let's see. So I did get 2 preserved pheromone mixture, and oh, there it is. Oh my. So a level 45 just got slain by Somnus in Swamp of Sorrows. I had a buddy when I started playing called David, French guy. I still talk to him now and then, but he's on one of the anniversary servers now. He got slain by Somnus as well on his Hunter, actually. It's a elite dragonkin, something like that, close to Sunken Temple. Let's see. It's in Swamp of Sorrows, and Somnus is sort of patrolling around the lake here. I don't think he's doing a full circle. It's probably something like this. You can actually... Oh, he's not even listed here. But when you're in normal level, I guess like this guy was 45. Oh, it's a 63. 62 elite. So when you're level 45, you're gonna get aggro from miles away, and he's sort of you could say the son of Arugul of that particular area. I mean, a mob that's way higher level than you and way more aggressive than sort of the normal fauna. Back to business. So I don't have to worry about any devil souls here, but there's a lot of raptors you could run into, and that's not very sort of favorable. But what I have to do here, I think, is use this pheromone stuff here. Actually, I don't. I have to use it up here. So the quest eventually, I think I had to use it here, buy some eggs, and then there would come some female raptors and stuff, and that'd be that, you could say. This is the follow-up where I have to use this sort of stuff in order to... It's the final stage of this quest, the bait for korwi. So I could go up and just do it now. I think I will. And then come back for the 2 remaining Pterrordax that I'm needing. I don't have any idea about how long it'll take before they respawn. And korwi here, even though it's a level 56 quest, it's fairly... I did it on my priest and there was no problem in it at all. And again here, Baron Char is provoking any players. to come and attack him. You know, the 58 elite that spawned with all his followers in the middle there by the volcano. But yeah, it's a tough death for level 45. Imagine it's his first character and you didn't know about Somnus. Again, you know, patience and knowledge. It's what it's all about here on hardcore. And even though if you have patience or playing carefully, you could get surprised by a level 62 elite, that's for sure. Anyway, this flat rock here, I think, is where I want to spawn this guy. So... and like I said, initially it was a guy down here in the beginning of the area that gave the quest. It was part of a chain quest where I have to kill some other raptors and stuff, and eventually this guy will come. He's non-elite, as you can see. And he's gonna get the root. Just gonna make a little more distance. That was actually too much. So if you break the root again, and you did, then I won't have time to sort of reboot. Well, I could, but I would take damage by him. So I try to time it so that when he gets to me, I give him the Moonfire instantly. And La Korwi is down. EBA, I'm kind of slowed here. So I'm gonna hand in the quest, and as you can see, it popped up now down there. And I'm actually getting kind of close to level 60. Probably won't make it in this episode, but you know, to me it's not crucial. It's not like, you know, yeah, sure, it's cool, but I guess initially it was the purpose, you could say, to just reach level 60. Well, the purpose just having fun, really, enjoying the game. And like I've said in other videos, I'm not the kind of type that feels like, you know, this game only starts when you reach 60. To me, it starts from level 1. I enjoy a lot, you know, just playing the game at lower levels as well. And, you know, exploring, be better to play your class. So that's why I like having alts as well. But it's kind of a must on this server, because sometimes you will have a lot of waiting time in order to do dungeons. So on the Necros server here, it's kind of a must. Interesting, by the way, that the quest giver is standing right next to an Goro dirt pile. But yeah, eventually I guess the aim became to, of course, become level 60.
Eternal sun shine upon thee.
Not a bad tanking leather chest. Hardly something I need. I'm just gonna take the pants for the money. Very nice. Well, it's mail, but it would have been better if they were played, of course.
Go in.
There we go. So we are talking 19,000 experience more, and we are level 60. I think I might engage in this one. It's a secret to everybody. I think it was from what I recall, this quest started in here in Ungoro Crater as well, where there's some kind of small boat where you could pick up some, I don't know, some kind of item from it, and then the quest started. It's a secret to everybody. And the follow-up here is done sort of next to the boat. I think the boat itself was the beginning of the quest. There was nothing that led to that. You just came by, and there was sort of this question mark like here. but it doesn't reward any reputation, so I wasn't that keen on doing it. And it's definitely one of the lowest quests that I have left at the moment. But the follow-up is you have to sort of look here in the water, I think, and here we go. And you pick up the sack here. Then I'm supposed to examine the things that I got from the sack. Okay, and there's a picture of a couple of gnomes and stuff. Just gonna go stealth, and yeah, it looks like I have to hand it up here. So initially the quest was picked up by sort of the wreckage here, and then afterwards I had to pick up the sack. It gave me new items, new clues. It's a bit like sort of, yeah, solving a riddle, I guess. But you know what? I got a date with my Pterrordax, so I'm gonna go for those. Damn, this sort of environment here, it really feels like, you know, the home for a druid. Yeah, I just had to try that out. It's nice to be 5 years old again. Sort of in your head. And standing inside a rotten tree. That just felt great as a druid. I don't know why. I have no explanation for it. And I didn't smoke weed or anything like that. So, yeah. I know this episode and these quests has been maybe a little confusing. There was a lot of mix-up because many of the quests I have taken in previous episodes, it's changed that I haven't finished, but that's how it is when you want to grind as much reputation as possible. I have to sort of leave some chains and start some new in order to, yeah, maximize my reputation gains. I guess most people quest like do as many quests as you possibly can in an area because you have less travel time then. But you might also, when it's hardcore, struggle to actually get the quest done. You're starting taking risks in order to do yellow or orange quests, stuff like that, and eventually you'll make a mistake and it'll be fatal. Whereas when you have green quests from, say, level 1 to 60, everything's pretty much easier. I might get a shock, though, when I reach level 60 and, oh my god, this is really hard, because I'm used to, you know, do green or yellow mobs, meaning mobs that are 5 levels or less below me, sort of. Anyway, no respawns here, or maybe some other player grinded these guys. I'm just gonna look into 2 other sections here next to me. And I'm pretty sure the Alliance have the exact same quest, so you could say there's more people trying to grind these mobs. Yeah, no luck. Yeah, nobody home. I'm pretty sure someone must have killed them again since I was here, because I've been sort of away from here for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. They should have sort of, normal mobs will usually have respawned by then. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back to the quest hub and hand in the It's a Secret to everybody, because I noticed that I want to do that no matter what. So I noticed that there could be other groups up there of the the raptors that I need. The 2 last Pterrordax. guys. Oh, a big boy again here. But I think a 54, I don't think it would be lethal to me. And now that I have sort of cleared it out in my top section, also known as my brain, I would try and use the Nature's Grasp as fast as possible. Druid is sort of Moonkin is sort of an odd character to me in the sense that usually my sort of offensive bar is sort of filled up with spells. For safety I go, while I'm looking for these flowers, I go, there it is, I can see the blue. But I go, due to the Devil Source, I go stealth when I'm sort of looking for a flower because I'm distracted while I'm looking for the flower, and there is actually then a chance that the Devil Saw bugger will sneak up on me, and I don't want that. But I think I could, I would say, I don't know how hard they hit actually, but they look very big and scary. Still, if the mob is 5 levels below, even though it looks scary, then it's probably not going to be lethal. Not when I have the Nature's Grasp available. It should root it fairly fast, and as soon as the mob is rooted, I'm pretty much home free to run off in the sunset. And about the Devil's Saw, the speed of them, they're definitely not as fast. They might have some ability if you get aggro from them where they can run faster. I don't know about that. That's highly likely actually when you're trying to get away from them. But when they sort of, when you have, if there's one behind you and you happen to have to be in their sort of patrol route, I'm sure that you will make distance to them by just normal 60% mount speed. So they're not that dangerous, you could say. So I'm just gonna look for the Pterrordax, and just for a second I thought that maybe it was sort of another quest I could see up here, but it's not. It's the Pterrordax are supposedly up here, unless that other player or those other players that I'm competing with are killing them up here as well. Wonder if I can get by here. I'm just gonna try. Nope. And yeah, the Goro dirt, it's worth picking up. I think it will sell for like 15 silver a pop. So what I just picked up here was pretty much 45 silver, 3 pieces. They're part of quest items and maybe even crafting materials. I don't know if they're used for that as well. But it's pretty much like the flowers. It's a little more fun to just take the flowers when they're right in front of you instead of actually, you know, having to grind them. Just riding around aimlessly besides, yeah, getting the flowers. Anyway, 2 of the guys that I need here. Very nice. Yeah. And 1 to go. And just to repeat myself for the 20th time, I'm gonna, you know, root. With this distance, I'm gonna go Wrath, and then root. Should have made a little more distance to make it perfect, sort of. And then create new distance, and then just go full Wrath. If the root spell breaks, like there, and he comes up close, I'm gonna finish him with the Moonfire. That's how I do it anyway. So, quest completed, perfect. And I actually have to hand it... For a second I thought I had to hand it in the quests, in the small horde quest hub down here by sort of the entrance to Goro crater from Tenaris, but it's actually up here. In the main quest hub for both factions in Goro, also known as Marshall's Refuge. I remember when I started playing, I was sure that this must be an alliance area because I think there was a PvP title called Marshal, some Grand Marshal or something like that. So I was sure this was an alliance area. Then. And when you looked up here, you can see that one of the first guys you meet is a gnome. So,
very good.
But it wasn't like that.
Alrighty then.
So I handed in his stuff, and I'm supposedly going to take his sword to Winterspring, which is pretty perfect because I had another quest. I think it was this one, the New Springs. Yeah, I have to talk to Donovan Snowden here as well. So I have 2 quests in Winterspring now by the same NPC. Pretty smart to do both of them at the same time, I think.
Welcome.
Beware Pterrordax, all the flying monsters I just killed. Yeah, this will get me a few extra copper. The item, and I think I'm just gonna sell it.
How
Maybe
are you?
even repair.
Have a good one.
Yeah, weapon merchants looks like a guy that can repair. And I just sent. I think I had close to 100 gold. I sent it to my banker. Usually, when I reach around 100 gold, I'll hand some of it in to my banker. So yeah, pardon me. I just went full.
Hurry back!
Cleanup mode in my bags. So let's see. I think I'm gonna, I'm gonna hand in Volcanic activity because it's sort of it's done in Ratchet, and you know what? I could just fly there. That'd probably be faster. But I'm gonna save you for that. You've had enough of travel time, in my opinion, so far. So. That's our fly guy. Off recording, I'm gonna hand in this quest in Ratchet. And then, I'll look into what I'll do next. Probably back to Goro here and do the monkey quest in the cave. Hopefully I'll survive it. I think I will. But it's also, to show in a shorter video people some of the harder quests, which is typically the one inside of caves and stuff. I remember I had another one down here, Pawn Captures Queen. Very lethal quest for people that doesn't know it. Not so lethal for when you do know that you can sort of pull many of the mobs to the edge of the cave, and you can sort of restore your health and mana between each of the waves, sort of. So yeah, that's the plan. So as usual, guys, I'm sorry I can't wave here. I'm just gonna try, but I don't think so while I'm... Oh, actually I can. I didn't know. So I learned a new thing as well. I can wave while flying. As usual, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, I hope. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.